CSMACD is a set of rules determining A. How two network devices are performing. B. How two network devices communicates with each other in a wireless network. C. How network devices respond when two devices attempt to use a data channel simultaneously. D. How network devices respond when two devices attempt to use a data channel separately. Correct answer C. How network devices respond when two devices attempt to use a data channel simultaneously. Short for Carrier Sense Multiple Access Collision Detection, CSMACD is a Media Access Control (MAC) protocol. It defines how network devices respond when two devices attempt to use a data channel simultaneously and encounter a data collision. DNS is defined in A. RFCs 1034 and 1035. B. RFCs 1036 and 1037. C. RFCs 1086 and 1087. D. RFCs 1038 and 1039. Correct answer D. RFCs 1034 and 1035. This RFC 1034 is an introduction to the domain name system and omits many details which can be found in a companion RFC, domain names, implementation and specification. RFC 1035, which defines the format of a resource record. 10-2 and 10-5 have different A. Signal band types. B. Fields on the 802.3 frame. C. Maximum segment lengths. D. Maximum data rates. Correct answer C. Maximum segment lengths. 10-2 coax cables have a maximum length of 185 meters. The maximum length of a 10-5 segment is 500 meters. One of the header fields in an IP datagram is the time to live (TTL) field. Which of the following statements best explains the need for this field? A. It can be used to prioritize packets. B. It can be used to reduce delays. C. It can be used to optimize throughput. D. It can be used to prevent packet looping. Correct answer D. It can be used to prevent packet looping. UDDI stands for A. Uniform Distributed Directory and Integration. B. Universal Distributed Directory and Integration. C. Uniform Description Discovery and Integration. D. Universal Description Discovery and Integration. Correct answer D. Universal Description Discovery and Integration. UDI or Universal Description, Discovery and Integration is an extensible language markup-based standard to describe, publish and find information about web services. It is also a registry for businesses providing web-based services to list themselves and find partners on the Internet. The formal protocol that defines the MTA client and server in the Internet is called A. SMTP. B. SNMP. C. Telnet. D. SSH. Correct answer A. SMTP. To send mail, a system must have the client MTA, and to receive mail, a system must have a server MTA. The formal protocol that defines the MTA client and server in the Internet is called the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP. The algorithm often took too long to converge the count to infinity problem, and it was replaced by an entirely new algorithm called A. Packets. B. Link state routing. C. Distance vector routing. D. IPv6. Correct answer B. Link state routing. Link state routing is a type of routing algorithm in computer networks employed to find the most efficient route for data packets to move between their origin and intended endpoint. In link state routing, routers keep a map of all links and their status to find the shortest path to other routers in the network. How long does it take to transmit an uncompressed image that is 4000 into 3000 pixels with 3 bytes per pixel over 100 Mbps Ethernet? A. 120 second. B. 2.880 second. C. 120 millisecond. D. 2880 sec. Correct answer B. 2.880 second. The dialog control and token management are responsibility of in OSI network architecture. A. Network layer. B. Physical layer. C. Session layer. D. Data link layer. Correct answer C. Session layer. In OSI network architecture, dialog control and token management are responsibilities of the session layer. In the 7-layer OSI model of computer networking, the session layer is layer 5. In IEEE 802.11, ABSS without an AP is called A. An ad hoc architecture. B. An infrastructure network. C. Either A or B. D. None of the choices. Correct A. An ad hoc architecture. The IEEE 802.11 standard, commonly known as YFE, outlines the architecture and defines the MAC and physical layer specifications for wireless LANs. YFE uses high-frequency radio waves instead of cables for connecting the devices in LAN. The address of a Class B host is to be split into subnets with a 6-bit subnet number. What is the maximum number of subnets and the maximum number of hosts in each subnet? A. 62 subnets and 2,62,142 hosts. B. 64 subnets and 2,62,142 hosts. C. 62 subnets and 1,022 hosts. D. 64 subnets and 1,024 hosts. Correct answer C. 62 subnets and 1,022 hosts. Primary function of the network layer is A. Error detection. B. Routing. C. Set up a session. D. Encryption. Correct answer B. Routing. The primary function of the network layer is to enable different networks to be interconnected. It does this by forwarding packets to network routers, which rely on algorithms to determine the best paths for the data to travel. This layer in the OSI model handles terminal emulation. A. Session. B. Presentation. C. Transport. D. Application. Correct answer D. Application. The application layer synchronizes communication, identifies communication partners, and handles resource allocation. Other functions of the OSI model application layer are the mail and directory services and network virtual terminal and FTAM file transfer access. In HTTP service by default uses port dash, the Gopher service uses port dash A 70 and 0. B 50 and 80. C 80 and 70. D 10 and 70. Correct answer C 80 and 70. By default, HTTP uses port 80 and HTTPS uses port 443. Gopher servers should listen on port 70. In RMI, the process of passing parameters to a remote method from client to server and vice versa is called A. Encryption and decryption. B. Multiplexing and demultiplexing. C. Marshalling and unmarshalling. D. Uploading and downloading. Correct answer C. Marshalling and unmarshalling. Marshalling and unmarshalling is used both on the client and server side. On the server side, it is used to map an incoming request to a Scala or Java object and to map a Scala or Java object to an outgoing response. Host S, for which a network administrator should consider using manually assigning IP address. A. Server. B. Printers. C. Routers. D. All the above. Correct answer D. All the above. Static IP addresses are configured manually and remain constant over time, providing a consistent identifier for a device on a network. Network administrators assign specific numerical values, including the IP address, subnet mask, gateway, and DNS servers, to ensure stability and predictability. Two computers C1 and C2 are configured as follows. C1 has IP address and net mask. C2 has IP address and net mask. Which one of the following statements is true? A. C1 and C2 both assume they are on the same network. B. C2 assumes C1 is on same network, but C1 assumes C2 is on a different network. C. C1 assumes C2 is on same network, but C2 assumes C1 is on a different network. D. C1 and C2 both assume they are on different networks. Correct answer C. C1 assumes C2 is on same network, but C2 assumes C1 is on a different network. Wired Equivalent Privacy, WEP, and YFE Protected Access, WPA, are examples of A. Packet filtering services. B. Network address translation protocols. C. Security protocols. D. Service set identifiers. Correct answer C. Security protocols. WEP and WPA, along with WPA2, are names for different encryption tools used to secure your wireless connection. Encryption scrambles the network connection so that no one can listen into it and look at which web pages you are viewing. The encryption protocol used by HTTPS. A. SHA. B. TLS. C. IMAP. D. POP3. Correct answer B. TLS. HTTPS uses an encryption protocol to encrypt communications. The protocol is called Transport Layer Security, TLS, although formerly it was known as Secure Sockets Layer, SSL. The third way to connect to the Internet with Windows through dash A. MAN. B. LAN. C. WAN. D. Both A and B. Correct answer B. LAN. What is the name of the process that TCP uses to set up a connection? A. Three-way handshake. B. Two-way handshake. C. Monodirectional connection. D. None of the above. Correct answer A. Three-way handshake. TCP uses a three-way handshake to establish a reliable connection. The connection is full duplex, and both sides synchronize and acknowledge each other. The exchange of these four flags is performed in 3 steps: SYN, ACK, and ACK. Dash is a network authentication protocol. A. RSA. B. Kerberos. C. DES. D. DHCP. Correct answer B. Kerberos. Kerberos is a protocol for authenticating service requests between trusted hosts across an untrusted network, such as the Internet. Kerberos support is built into all major computer operating systems, including Microsoft Windows, Apple Mac OS, FreeBSD and Linux. In time division switches, if each memory access takes 100 nanosecond and one frame period is 125 milliseconds, then maximum number of lines that can be supported is A. 1 to 50, B. 1 to 54 times 0, C. 1 to 500, D. 1 to 53 times 0. Correct answer B. 1 to 54 times 0. To determine the maximum number of lines that can be supported in time division switches, we need to consider the frame period and the time taken for each memory access. Maximum number of lines equal to frame period upon memory access time. The cipher was widely adopted by the industry for use in security products called DASH. A. DES Data Encryption Standard. B. AES Advanced Encryption Standard. C. Both DES and AES. D. None. Correct answer A. DES Data Encryption Standard. The Data Encryption Standard is a block cipher, meaning a cryptographic key and algorithm are applied to a block of data simultaneously rather than one bit at a time. To encrypt a plaintext message, DES groups it into 64-bit blocks. Consider different activities related to email. M1. Send an email from a mail client to a mail server. M2. Download an email from mailbox server to a mail client. M3. Checking email in a web browser. Which is the application level protocol used in each activity? A. M1 HTTP, M2 SMTP, M3 POP. B. M1 SMTP, M2 FTP, M3 HTTP. C. M1 SMTP, M2 POP, M3 HTTP. D. M1 POP, M2 SMTP, M3 IMAP. Correct answer C. M1 SMTP, M2 POP, M3 HTTP.